Welcome back to the second half of the Bobby Dupre Show, and I want to remind you that my sidekick here is Mr. Andrew Bdthurs.
Good morning.
Welcome back, and we've got a lot to talk about. And as I promised, I walked outside and during that 3-minute break, and I got the Daigle Family Company, the logo here, beautiful logo, and found out that the young lady that I was talking to at Kelly's Diner last week was Miss Gail Daigle. She is the wife of Tommy Daigle, and of course that's the kinship to Ginger. Megan's mama. And of course she is in business basically with one of her sons. They're the two active ones, and I can tell you one thing: when you're going to meet her, you're gonna want to go and buy one of these because she's a good salesman, and they have a nice product. They call it use it as a basting or a dipping sauce, either one you want. Try it on barbecue rib, buffalo wings, stir-fry vegetables, cocktail meatballs, bacon wrapped dates, egg rolls,
sweet and sour.
Sweet and sour.
Knuckle licking good.
And I haven't used my bottle yet, but I will try. And
this weekend.
I got one. I'll tell you how it is, and you can go buy one.
I understand how that works.
You understand how that works? Okay, good. Works. Well, at least we're talking about it. We want to wish you all good luck. They're out of Church Point, Louisiana.
All the way from Church Point.
That's correct.
Pont d'Église.
I bet you could find some of that in Piggly Wiggly in downtown Church
Probably
Point.
can. Well,
I bet he carries it.
Maybe here in Annapolis too. And
Scotty.
And maybe even
Kevin.
Over here, while we're hitting some other sponsors, we'll also hit Benny's Supermarket. Give Benny's a try. If we don't have it, ask them for it. They'll probably get it for you. Benny's Supermarket over here, and they're wishing everybody a happy Mother's Day. It's a big Mother's Day weekend. Go by and pick up all kind of good things. Got Miss Mary's gift shop that you can find maybe some last-minute gift ideas for Mother's Day. The 7-day-a-week deli. I can't say it enough. Great place to go if you're looking for rice and gravy with some smothered potatoes. They got that. Fridays, they've always got a little bit of seafood going on. Salads with meat, without meat, whatever you're looking for, they've got it there at Benny's Supermarket. And of course, the new beer cooler there in the back of Blake's Brew House. Go by and try. They've got all different types of beer from all over the world. You can get the LA 31 beer there as well. And you can buy singles, not just the whole 6-pack. So go by Benny's Supermarket and go try out Little Benny's Sports Shack there too for nutritional supplemental needs and smoothies.
We talked about Mr. Joe Rink a while ago, and of course his wife's name is Miss Patsy. And we took a picture recently when his horse Tinsel Gray Girl won the race. And the story about this is kind of funny. Mr. Carl Woodley, well-known trainer, was a jockey, trainer now. His wife assists him, and when we got into the circle to take our picture with the horse, she says, y'all be very careful because this horse really goes wild while he's in the circle here taking the picture. Doesn't like it. And well, they snapped the picture. All of a sudden the horse started raising hell, knocked Joe Rink down.
Really? You got out of the way?
Well, I put Vicky in front of me, just in case.
As a shield.
As a shield.
As a shield. I've heard that expression. We'll have to see the picture to see.
Yeah. And actually, the horse just scraped the footing, went over on his back, but didn't put any pressure or anything on him, and knocked his glasses out of his pockets, and his cell phone was on the ground, but wasn't hurt, thank God.
But he still won.
But he had won the race. And the funny thing, this lady gave us a warning at least 3 times prior to taking the picture. This horse goes wild, and
maybe they just need to bring the bridle into the winner's circle for the picture. Send that horse back to the barn after.
Last weekend, I don't know if it was Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, but we were watching the UL baseball game on television, and they were playing Arkansas at Little Rock.
Right.
And it was a close game, and the Raging Cajuns were losing by 3 or 4 runs. They were down 3 or 4 runs, and they got to hitting the pitcher pretty good. And finally, the Arkansas coach, pulls the pitcher out, brings in a new fresh pitcher. And he chewed that little guy's butt out. It was a shame for a coach to act that way.
The one he pulled?
On national television.
The one he pulled out, he chewed him?
He chewed him out He walked the other direction and he turned around and he came back and gave him some more. I mean, I have not seen that kind of action by a coach in a long time.
Most of the time, it's a good manager. He talks to the pitcher and he pats him on the butt on the way out. Thanks for the, you gave your try, you gave your best.
Because he had done real good until they finally got him. Well, they finally get us out, but we win the game. But that same inning, when the catcher came in, he started the same thing on the catcher. I mean, I wonder if this guy, is that how he's training his young men? I wouldn't want my kid to play for that coach.
Man.
I don't know what's wrong with him. You just don't see that. I don't know.
That's an odd
anyhow, we won the game, and we won the next game on the Sunday, and the girls also won. So Raging Cajuns baseball and softball is going strong in Lafayette, Louisiana.
I got a call from a guy that's a big baseball fan, called me, I think it's Monday night, called me and said he thought this Mikey Matuk guy was going to be pretty good. He ought to be a pro. This guy was scouting. He was at TJ Ribs, and he was scouting, looking at all the pictures of Mikey Matuk there. He was asking everybody. I said, man, who's that scout? It ended up being Bobby Dupree was the scout. Promoting Mikey Matuk.
Well, you know, we know his I guess it's his uncle. We call him Robbie Matuk. He's an attorney in Lafayette.
Right.
And it makes it feel like I know the kid. I don't really know him, but we know the family. And he lost his father
to cancer
a few years ago.
The mom's struggled with cancer.
Yeah, and beautiful lady, and they attending all the games, and I think he'll get a play.
Well,
I think he'll get to play pro.
Last night he went out in the first inning against Tulane, and it was cold weather, and all he did was hit a home run right out the gate. So when he hit the home run, I thought about you right away. I said, there's his man.
Well, while we're on sports, it looks like Mark Ingram is coming to the New Orleans Saints, and he's a
Heisman Trophy winner for the University of Alabama.
In his junior year, got hurt in his senior year, didn't really show it, but I hope he can get back to the running he was doing, because that kid was good.
His speed, his hitting, his size, the whole 9 yards. He looks just like, to me, Emmitt Smith. Identical to me. I mean, this guy's clone of Emmitt Smith. When Emmitt Smith played at Florida and then turned around and went to the Dallas Cowboys, this guy looks like the same type of guy.
Then former LSU quarterback and Pro Football Hall of Famer Y.A. Tittle, he was recognized for his football career at the Louisiana State Capitol.
What a man.
During the session. So he has held his head high, and
great representative for LSU.
For LSU, you're right. That squeeze bunt is the one. That was the play right here.
Speaking of squeeze, and go down to the Steamboat Warehouse on Mother's Day with your main squeeze, right? Ooh. How you like that? Well, I worked that in.
Yeah.
Steamboat Warehouse with some good Louisiana seafood, some good Louisiana steaks, maybe even some good red wine. They've got an excellent selection, second to none. They'll turn you on to what's the latest thing. You know, they're always changing what the hot varieties are. So, you know, sometimes the Pinot Noir, and sometimes it's the Shiraz, and sometimes it's the Cabernets. Go by, they will hook you up with some good stuff, good libations out there. Seafood is second to none, always fresh from the Gulf. Chef owner Jason insists on it. Go by, Steamboat Warehouse.
Had a nice evening at the track recently. Mr. Jim Lopez and Babs came over, and he has several horses, but none of them that are in training to run at Evangeline Downs at the present meet, and he didn't like us having these horses running, and he didn't have one, or she didn't like it. I don't know if it was, we'll just say Babs and Jim didn't like it, and so they went out and they claimed him. KD's King Kong.
Go ahead.
Wish that they have luck, and of course their trainer is a local Port Barre man, Mr. Rusty Richard. That's Jane and
Russell.
And Russell's young son. How about that? Went to college with them. Not only knew them, but attended SLI.
All right. How about another sponsor? How about our newest sponsor, Quality Portable?
Remember I told you she had given me a card, Miss Gail?
Gail, Tommy Daigle, Ted, and Toby Daigle.
That's correct. Them all. I found it.
Quality Portable Buildings.
I knew I hadn't lost it. I misplaced it.
Quality Portable Buildings. They're off 549 at exit 23. You can go right by. They're open on Saturdays as well. They've got all kind of great little metal buildings. They've got the big, huge barn-style buildings. You're looking for just something small in a little residential area or something big enough to put your tractors and everything in. They can handle all that for you as well. A lot of people use their buildings for beauty shops, for offices, outdoor kitchens, or storage, you name it. Quality Portable Buildings has it. They've also got propane sales there and U-Haul rentals. Go by.
And you can trust the owner. Hugh Gidry's been in business in our area, and he's a successful businessman, and he's been at this location for several years now. So go by and visit.
How about these photos? Let's burn through our photos here real quick. They had the Law Day, St. Landry Parish Bar Association's is that the right word? I think that's what they call it. They didn't call it Law Day in the beginning of May each year. And they gave scholarships for 5 kids about who wrote essays about John Adams from Boston all the way to Guantanamo. They each got a $1,000 scholarship. It was on April 29th, the Law Day ceremony. What I want to show you is this. Oh, we got Father Brady from St. Landry Church gave the invocation. Of course, he was a good pick because he was an attorney at law before he became a priest. So kind of a neat connection. And 3 of the judges happened to be there. Judge Harris, Judge Hebert, and Judge Daugherty were there for the big event. And here are all the scholarship winners. I'm going to name them real fast. Eric Dupre from Opelousas. We got Gabriel Angel Pontiff from Orneville. We got Cale Montrell Newman from Opelousas, Bianca Augustine from Opelousas, and Aramis Harris of Washington, who each won a scholarship. I want to thank them. I want to thank the nice note we got thanking us for promoting it from Jason Mesh, a local attorney here in town, who's now the president of the St. Landry Parish Bar Association. And one more picture. Sunset over 3 Mile Lake.
That's correct. We have to have a sunset.
All right.
We have to have
Now's
one.
your turn again.
Yeah. On Monday, we had this meeting of the Louisiana HBPA, Horsemen's Benevolent and Protective Association. It started at 9 o'clock Monday morning and didn't end until 20 minutes to 7 Monday night. That's a long meeting. We had a 30-minute, and I mean not 35, 30-minute break. We had lunch at the table and went right back into the meeting.
And it's not so much, I mean, maybe I'm jumping the gun, but I think a lot of what y'all doing now is y'all studying what's going on.
That was a study period.
That was not to make decisions.
Well,
that's
we
just
made
to go
decisions
through.
from 4 to 20 to 7.
So that's how complicated, you want to make sure y'all make the right decisions.
We're trying to get educated because none of us knew the inner workings. We knew what the main duties were, but there's a lot of money goes through the office. You got to make sure it's handled properly and within the law. And so on the way back, I stopped in at TJ Ribs to get a little something to eat because on Tuesday morning, I had to go get some blood work done so that I could visit my doctor, Dr. Tate, on Wednesday morning. Well, after I got through eating my meal, a young man walks up and introduces himself, and I said, you the chef? He said, no, I'm the general manager, Jack McLemore. Real nice young fellow. We got to talking, and I said, I understand that Mr. Moran has sold the business possibly to his son. He says, well, Burke, his son, did buy part of it, but he also has a partner, Kevin Kimball. I said, really? He said, yeah. He says, you may know his mama or heard of her. She has something to do with the Louisiana State Supreme Court. And I said, yeah, you talking about Miss Kitty?
Right.
He said, well, you seem to know him. I said, I've been knowing him when she ran for that office, hosted a fundraiser at the Red Camp on Bar Catawba. So, and I said, her husband is Clyde. I said, he used to be a state representative and one of our good friends. When I would lobby years ago, I was there constantly. And now J.E. does it by himself because he lives there now. And so he says, well, it looks like you know that family pretty well. Well, I said, I do, and be sure. So I gave him a card. Be sure to tell them hello next time you see him. Right. Well, today I pick up Wednesday morning, pick up the Morning Advocate,
and
front
covering
page,
Law Day in Baton Rouge.
Day in Baton Rouge, and who goes to the state capitol but Louisiana Supreme Court Justice Catherine Kitty Kimball. She addressed and of course about a year ago she had a very serious stroke, and she's back at it. She never gave up. She fought it. She was, I think, reciting decisions from the hospital when she was there.
And when it happened, I mean,
wonderful people.
The prognosis was it was going to take a lot of hard work to get back, and she's out there walking around and everything. So it's amazing.
I want to add something else. After we we knew each other before, but then she was very thankful. I think it was Lala and I that gave that fundraiser for her at the Red Camp. And the next time she came to Opelousas, she came by the Dupree Carrier Gotcha office.